Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to Monday Night Live. Hello, Delphine. How are you? Hello, it is Monday Night Live, and it is another mystery bag surprise for me from Cassandra. So I've got it here. Look, she sealed it with a wax seal, so you know I haven't busted into it yet, which I never do. And look, she's giving me some directions. I shake it. It's not ticking. I wonder what's in there. So yes, if this is your first time tuning in and you're like, what is this crazy person talking about? About once a month, someone from our staff, either a creative team member or a craft consultant, gives me a mystery bag of crafty things. I open it on live here on Monday Night Live, and I get to create with it. Now, because we're doing demo deals, and today's demo deal is 25% off Simon Hurley and Art by Marlene, that kind of gives me a little hint of what I can expect in here, but I don't know exactly what's in there. So yeah, just so you know, the demo deal for today and tomorrow, and you can take advantage of this in store or online, is the 25% off Simon Hurley and Art by Marlene. Okay, so enough chatting, Julia. Just like switch your overhead camera. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to switch to the overhead cam. Let's move it in place here. Let's switch to the overhead camera and open this mystery bag. There we go. Mystery bag right here. What do we have? Well, Cassandra, let's see what you've got in store for me. So I like on here that I may want mixed media supplies, including but not limited to distress oxides. Got those out. They're behind me here. Blending tools, brushes or foams. Got those. Spatulas. I had a spatula. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Spatula. Stencils. She included what she used. And die cuts included what I used. So there you go. Okay, so what are we going to do? Let's see. Woo, and I love that she used a seal. Love that. Okay. Let's see what the mystery bag has. Okay, nothing left in the mystery bag. That's good. Ooh, a couple of solar paste. Interesting. Haven't used these yet, so that's very exciting. What else do we have here? Oh, she's giving me the 3D embossing folder, Poppy Cluster. Interesting. Haven't used that either. Ooh, look at a second mystery bag inside the mystery bag. Now I am excited. What is this mystery bag? Actually, let's look at these first. Okay, she's giving me a stencil. Oh, look, she's even giving, look, a note. Oh, and she's also giving me some chip quotes. Love that. Okay, let's read this note that Cassandra left. Oh, I never get notes in the mystery bag, so this is very exciting. I hope you have fun creating tonight with Simon Hurley Solar Plate. Mouth is not working. Simon Hurley Solar Paste and Art by Marlene journal page. I've included the following supplies. Feel free to grab them from your own stash as well. Oh, what does this say? Happy crafting, Cassandra. Oh, this is a catkin craft stencil. Thank you so much. Yes. And the journal page she's giving me, this is the handy size. Now, if you're wondering, what does that mean? Art by Marlene journal. So this is my Art by Marlene journal. This one is the perfect size. Love this. This is the one I use. And don't forget, all Art by Marlene, 25% off. So the reason why I love this journal is because it's a 3-ring binder. So I can take the pages out, work on them, and then put them back in. So this is the size I use. Now, obviously, I'm going to show you this. This is the size Cassandra uses. This is the handy size. That's awesome. And she's also giving me a couple pieces of, which I'm going to say, yes, the black foundations paper from Vicki Boutin is what this is right here. Okay. So let me move that over. Now, there is a mystery bag inside the mystery bag. So I got to open this. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no, sorry. There isn't a mystery bag. This is what Cassandra, that's what Cassandra made. So we'll look at that when I'm done. I don't want what she created to influence me. Right. Okay, here we go. This is really cool. I haven't used this one. This is, we actually don't have any of these in stock, but we are getting them restocked. This is an art by, no, this is a Lisa Horton Crafts. It's an embossing folder, but it also comes with a die. So I might be using that. Stencil, chip quotes. Okay, good. I'm going to use her size because then we can compare Cassandra's to mine. Let me just straighten my camera up there. So it's, there we go. Okay, so the Art by Marlene pages that come in her journals are a heavyweight mixed media. They're almost like a cold pressed watercolor paper. So they are lovely. And this size goes in the handy size journal. Okay, what am I going to do? That is a great question, Julia. Think. Okay, haven't used the solar paste yet. I'm going to grab these out. Look, she's using her stuff to cover it. Look at that. That one is overheated. Isn't that interesting? This one is beluga. Also very interesting. Let me, I can't believe this, Cassandra, but I am feeling a little bit out of sorts right now. I don't know what to do. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to actually put some solar paste directly on my page. And I'm going to grab a blending foam. And I'm going to grab out, this one is overheated. There we go. And I'm just going to put this all over the back. So what this is going to do is it's just going to give this white paper just a bit of shimmer. And I'll show you as soon as I get it on. Never used this before. Have seen Simon use it on his social media, but I personally have never used it. There we go. Look how easy that goes on. Oh, that's beautiful. That is gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the shimmer on that paper now. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to close that up. Not sure if I'm going to use that again. So let me just close that. And I'm just going to give this a quick dry. Oh, sorry, just saw your question. How does solar paste compare to stencil butter? Well, the interesting thing about solar paste, and I believe if I read this, this has a metallic color shift in it. So if I show you this, it goes from like this kind of pinky to a pearlescent color. So let me grab a stencil butter out. Give me a second. Let me just grab one here. Here we go. Just grab this one. Let me just grab a piece of paper. So these also have a bit of a pearl color to them, but these ones are different. Now, these ones I've seen also mixed with inks. I know, great shimmer, right? These are awesome. Now, I'm just going to grab, let's do side by side. So this one was beluga. So I don't know, I'm going to try and catch it. This one has more of a blue metallic sheen to it. And then this one, let me grab another blending tool here. Sorry, just trying to find another foam. Here we go. Just trying to find, there we go. Oh, grab it out. Just gonna try and clean that off. Okay, let me take that off. And let me grab some of the stencil butter. This one is green pear, by the way. just going to do one more spread of this. Oh my gosh, I am making a mess. And I know, you're not surprised. I am not either. Okay, so let's do a side-by-side comparison. So this side, green pear, and on this side, beluga. So you can see they both have a sheen to them, but these ones are more metallic. These ones are just more of like a pearlescent. These ones have more of a metallic look to them. I don't know if that's coming across on camera, but that is the difference between those. Just going to wipe up this. Just give me a second. There we go. I forgot to mention off the top here that Glenn is in the studio. You can't see or hear him, but he will be in the chat and he will post your questions on the screen so that I can see them and answer them. Or he'll answer your question if he knows the answer. So that is a stencil butter and that is a solar paste. Now I'm just going to, just for fun, let me just grab out an oxide here. You know what? Let's do, I will start creating. I just want to show you how great these solar pastes are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab wilted violet oxide. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to grab the beluga, grab a stencil or spatula. Just going to put that there. And always when you're using your paste, close them up right away. You want to minimize how much air is getting in there. So that is wilted violet oxide and beluga solar paste. And I'm going to mix those. Now, any paste can be mixed with any ink. That is one of the fun things about that. Now let me grab, I just happen to have a black. Just smeared that on there, but now I'm going to use my blending tool just to get that on there. So that is that beluga solar paste mixed with a distress oxide. So that has added this amazing sheen to that oxide. Isn't that very cool? And that's not, this is still wet. I can dry it, but look at that. Isn't that cool? So yeah, you can add it to inks and get a really great sheen. Works great with the oxides because the oxides are very matte. So it adds this really cool metallic sheen to it. Okay. Well, I haven't even really started doing anything and I've already made a mess. Okay, let's clean this up. Perfect. Okay, so here is that art journal page. There we go. And I put on the back of that the overheated solar paste, just using my blending tool, just blended it all over the back so you can see that sheen. And that is dry. Perfect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let me just see here. Do I want to use this stencil? I think maybe I do. But do you know what? Actually, the first thing I want to do, I'm going to take these. I want to create something with these poppies. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got a piece of foundations paper. This is the Vicky Boutin Foundations. I'm just going to cut it down a little bit so it'll fit this embossing folder. Just give me a second. There we go. Done that. You know, something that she didn't put in here, which I think I'm going to show you, is these. This is another another item from Simon Hurley, and this is the stamping foam. So this is the smaller stamping foam, comes as a 4-pack. I've got 3 here. I've got one at the store, but it also comes in the larger size. Now this is what the larger size looks like. You can see the difference there, so much bigger. Now this one actually is a heart. So I can pop this out, I can stamp, I can do whatever. Now, if you've never used stamping foam, and this is not really a new product, I've got an old stamping foam from like a gajillion years ago. Here's my original stamping foam, and it's like a million years old. I probably got this like 20 years ago. But Simon Hurley a couple of years ago came out with his stamping foam. So I actually think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create on my background using the stamping foam first. Okay, so what I did with this one, and you can see what I did. So this is what it looks like, and I'm going to show you how I created this. And I actually use 4 sides of this. So I'm going to put that one aside, and I'm going to show you how to use it using probably my favorite embossing folder that I have right now. And we just got it back in restock, so I'm confident in reusing this. So the stamping foam is just a high density foam. Now what you're going to do is you are going to heat one side of it for about 20 to 30 seconds. And be careful because you can burn this. So what I'm going to do, just hold my phone, turn on my heat tool, and heat one side for about 20, 25, 30 seconds. Okay, now that I've heated that side up, I'm going to press it into my embossing folder. So I'm just going to press, 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 hold it for a few seconds. And now I've created a stamp. Now you don't have to just use this with embossing folders. If you are a fan of Simon Hurley, he has been doing, I don't know how many days in a row he's going to do it. I think he's been doing it for the whole month of July. He's been finding textures around his house and using these. He's been using it with sweaters. He's been using it with, I mean, just tons of stuff. I'm using an embossing folder. Okay, so now I'm going to heat the other side up. I'm going to press it into the other side of my embossing folder. And now I've got the opposite. I've got the positive and the negative of the embossing folder. Now you can also use the edges if you want a border, and that's what I'm planning on doing, it is using it as a border. And you do the exact same thing. Okay, so now I'm going to press it into my embossing folder, holding it for a few seconds. And now I've got it on the edge. And now I could heat the other side and do it on the other side. And you can even do the shorter ones if you want. Now, what is great is once you've done this and you've done your project and now you don't need this anymore, all you do is heat it up to get rid of that. If I heat it up again, and like magic, it is gone. And now it's ready to move on and on and on and do as many as you want. So I'm going to put that one away because I did this one earlier. So you can see there, got the positive, the negative, and then I've done the edges as well. So I'm going to get rid of my embossing folder. Now I'm going to bring this in. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp a border around my page. That's what I'm going to do. Cassandra, you're finally here. Tonight is your night, my dear. Okay. I don't think I'm going to use this one. Let me grab out a different color that I want to use. I want to use purple, but I don't want to use that dark purple. So let me grab out. There we go. Can I stamp with solar paste? Probably. I would use a brayer to brayer it on. Let me do this first, and then I will, I'll probably do a center one. So let's do shaded lilac. I'm just trying to decide which side I want to use. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to do it on the back side just in case I don't like it. Oh, look how cool that is. Oh, I love it. Okay, I'm going to keep going, but I'm going to do it on this side. Ooh, lovely. I love it. Look how cool that is. Okay. Let's do here. And I'm going to just going to mask that off there with another piece of paper just so I don't wreck it. There we go. So there I've done a border on my page. Oop, let me turn around. Look at that. Sweet. I love it. Okay, so we're wondering if we can stamp with the solar paste. Yeah. Yes, you can. Let me just clean this off first. Just going to spray it with a bit of water. And there we go. All clean. Clean, clean, clean. Get rid of that. So stamping with solar paste, I believe you can. Never tried it, but you know what? Let's do it. Let me grab in this piece of paper. Let me grab my brayer, if I can find it. And let's grab out some solar paste. So let's just grab a bit of it out here. Close that up. Ooh, I like what it looks like on my brayer. That's fun. Okay, let's bring in my stamping foam. Go over top of the stamping foam. And let's see what it looks like. Oh, Kelly, look at that. That's fun. So yes, you can stamp it with solar paste. Now, if you don't have the stamping foam, what I would do is if you had a stamp, just again, apply the solar paste with your brayer and roll it over top of your stamp. And you can still stamp with any stamp. It doesn't have to be stamping foam. But that is fun. That's great. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I'm just going to set that aside. Okay, so again, with any paste that you're using, make sure you clean it up first, because after it dries, it can get a little bit more. Spray that too. And because these are water soluble, all you have to do is use water and wipe with a clean cloth. There we go. And I just need to clean off my brayer. Okay, great, clean. Let's bring this back in. I'm just going to hit this with a bit of heat to make sure that ink is dry. Okay, so that is what I have so far. Remember the background? All I did was I took a blending tool. I picked up some of the overheated solar paste and spread it out on the entire background. Then I took my my stamping foam. I heated it up. I pressed it into my embossing folder. And this is the Mandala Blooms embossing folder from Spellbinders. Sorry, this is not on sale. I just happen to use it because it's my favorite. And then I applied my ink and stamped around the edges. And if you're wondering, yes, I just used the edge of the stamping foam. And that's how I got my edge, is I use this as my border. I'm going to put that away for right now because I'm loving how this is looking. Let me set that aside, and I'm going to bring in I'm going to clean that off. So this is a piece of Vicky Boutin Foundations paper. Sorry, my surface is still wet. I just got to clean that up. Now I am going to, I'm still thinking, what am I going to do? Cassandra, help me. I have no idea. Okay, okay, let's emboss it first. Let's emboss first. So I'm going to put it in my embossing folder. Oops, before I do that, I need to wet it. Yes, I'm using a heavyweight paper, so I do want to add a bit of water to it before I use it in my embossing folder. So give me a second. Just going to lightly dampen my paper so it softens up the fibers of the paper. Okay, and let me grab just going to grab my platinum machine. And here we go. Now, I don't know if I've used a 3D embossing folder of Lisa Horton, so it might just take me a moment to figure out my sandwich using the universal plates. Yep, that's too tight. Let's take this one out. And that feels too loose. So let's do I should have practiced. Oh, no, couldn't have practiced this ahead of time because I didn't know which we were using. I'm going to try it with that one again. There we go. Perfect. Set that aside until I'm ready for, oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. And I messed up because I've got the blue on there. But you know what? I think I'm going to watercolor these anyhow. So do you know that you can watercolor with Solar Paste? Ooh. Now, I don't know if there's anything like purple poppies, but in my little fantasy world, there are purple poppies. Oh, the adapter plate. Oh, I could have used that, Cassandra. Okay, so I'm going to mix the Beluga Solar Paste with Wilted Violet Distress Oxide. Just going to mix that in there. Clean off my spatula. I'm going to take a bit of water. Not much, just a little bit. And I'm going to grab a paintbrush. If Julia can find one the right size. A million paintbrushes and I can never find the one I want. Okay, I'm going to use one of these. So I'm just going to mix that water in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in and color these. Now, I'm going to do this fairly fast. Normally, I wouldn't do this. I would take my time, but I have a feeling doing this is going to be a little bit like watching paint dry, watching me do this. But so now I've used the solar paste and distress oxides and created my own watercolor, my own paint. Actually, I'm just going to go in and just do that. And then when this dries, it's going to have this really great metallic pearlescent finish to it. But look how fun that is. That's really fun. So again, this is the Poppy Cluster embossing folder from Lisa Horton. We are currently sold out of this one, but I have just reordered it. It's been very popular. So I am going to let this dry, or I'll take my heat tool to it and dry it. And then I can come back and add in another layer. I like it. The paste almost gives it, I mean, if I was to add more water, it would be a little bit more runny, but I didn't add that much water. So there's still a little bit of texture to it, which I'm really liking. Yeah, that's fun. So why we do Monday Night Live Surprise, or one of the reasons behind it, was I wanted people to start feeling comfortable just grabbing a few things out of your stash and just sitting down and playing. Don't overthink it too much. And listen, I've been there. I overthink. I do it. I know, I get it. But sometimes it's just all about being able to play. So that's what Monday Night Live Surprise kind of came about. Well, I think Janetta first brought it up was because they wanted to see if they could stump me. But I'm also one of those crafters where I like the challenge of just grabbing some random things and creating and to see what I come up with. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes these things crash and burn, but for the most part, I make something or at least learn something. Oh, like those two products. Yeah, those don't play well together. So I'm not going to do that again. But sometimes it's just fun, especially if you're in a bit of a creative funk and you just want to play. Get it out, play. Just for no other reason than to play. I know as a lot of us creatives, we always feel like we need to create something that's going to mean something, go somewhere, give away to someone. But you know what? Sometimes the best thing we can do for ourselves is to just play with what we have. You've got it. You've got a lot of it if you're like me. So sometimes you get out and play. You just get your stuff out and you just create for the sake of creating, not for a birthday, not for a friend. You're just going to create for yourself. And I know sometimes we find that hard. I get it. I find it hard too. I understand. Okay, so I'm coming back to my first one, and I'm just going to add another layer just to kind of darken up some of these edges a little bit. And again, I'm not a colorist. If you want coloring techniques, you take a class from Charlene. I am not a colorist. I just put stuff down just to add the color, but I am not a professional colorist. I forgot that little bud there. So I'm just coming in and I'm just adding some darkened areas here. Just adding a second layer. Oops, that's a bit gloopy. Let me spread that out. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but the sheen on this is actually very cool. Okay, I'm almost done. I know, it's like watching paint dry and you're like, what the heck is she doing? Okay. And I just need to add a little bit more here, just to darken that up a little bit. Okay. Okay, perfect. Let me clean up this mess before I move on. Actually, instead of cleaning up my mess, let me, because you know me, I don't like wasting product. So you know what? I'm going to grab a tag out. This is a Dina Wakley number 8 tag, and I'm just going to try and pick up as much of that as I can, because this will become something later. Oh, wow. I'm liking that. Actually, maybe after I'm done doing this journal page, I'll do something with that. But look at how fun that is. Oh, that's fun. There's a lot of water there. That is going to take a little while to dry. So I'm actually just going to set it aside. And we'll come back to that in a little bit. Now I'm going to clean this up. Okay. Now, I'm not quite done this because I need to add the stems in. I need to color the stems. So let me grab another ink here. Something green. Let's see what Julia can find in the tickle trunk. Let's use Lucky Clover. I'm going to grab another pen. A little bit of green. A little bit of water. Okay. So I'm just going to add some green on the stems. Now, I've never used this embossing folder before. Oh, we've sold quite a few of them, so I know everyone's loving it. This is Cassandra loves poppies. So every time something poppy comes, she's like, oh, mine, need it, love it, want it. So I'm just going to add in just a bit of green on my stems. So this paper I'm using is the Vicky Bouton Foundations paper. It is 140 pounds, so it can take a lot of wet media. Poppies and mushrooms. Yes, Cassandra. Poppies and mushrooms. Okay. So if I tip it in the light, you can see how those poppies, you can see that solar paste and what it has done when I mixed it with that distress oxide. So it...
Did you comment on the screen?
Oh, Glenn had to come up and remind me to look at the comments. Because I am so bad. What are the pens, brush I'm using? So these are actually the Studio Light watercolor brushes, or water brushes. Sorry, not watercolor. They come in a 3-pack. And mine are hideously dirty. I need to clean them. So they come in a 3-pack. So a large, a medium, and a detail brush. And they're Studio Light, and they come in a 3-pack. And I love them. They're really the only ones I use now. Okay, so there you go. You can see the poppies. Poppies, gorgeous. I think they're dry. So now I'm going to take the coordinating die. Sorry, Cassandra, I got solar paste on your die. I am a messy crafter. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take the die and some of my best ever craft tape from Spellbinders. Thanks, Joan. So I'm just going to put that on there and just use my best ever craft tape just to, that piece is too big. There we go. Hold that down and hold that down. Okay, I'm going to take it and put it through. First, I'm going to clean that up. And grab my platinum and let's die cut this out. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to gently peel back that tape there and here. Remove that die. And look at that. Oh my gosh, why do I not have this embossing folder and die set in my life? Just going to poke out all the little bits that didn't fall out. There we go. Look at that. Oh my gosh, Lisa Horton, you're a genius. These things are amazing. That is so cool. So here is my page. And I am loving that. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I just want to sit here and stare at it for a while because it's so gorgeous. Okay, but I don't have that much time. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip this over. I'm going to put some pop dots on. There's the back of the flowers. Oops, there we go. I just want to have them a bit of depth to them. Let me peel these off. There we go. Okay, I'm going to stick that down. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. Just going to take my scissors, just trim these off the bottom. There we go. Oh my gosh, I am loving that so much. And now Cassandra was nice enough to give me some chip quotes. Oh my goodness. I've got these chip quotes and I love them, but I always like, what am I going to use? I just love them all. There we go. Now, I love these chip quotes, but I'm not really a fan of these edges. So what do you do with those? Well, since I've got the solar paste, let's use this one. I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and I'm just going to use my finger. You know me, I'm a messy crafter. I'm just going to take my finger and just put some of that solar paste along the edge. Now, you don't have to use solar paste. A lot of time I just use black ink, and I'll just take it on my ink pad and rub it along to make these black. But I'm going to take advantage of the solar paste while Cassandra has given these to me so I can play with them. So yeah, I'm just going to smooth it along the edge so that cardboard or chipboard is going to now have this beautiful purple edge to it. And it's going to look metallic. And it's going to look so fun. Love it. Now my fingers are all dirty. Give me a second. Need to clean my fingers. Okay. So I'm going to, I love it so much. I'm just going to take some glue on this. Yeah. Now, if you watched my Saturday night live or Saturday morning live on Saturday, and you heard me talking about the prism. Just wait, I'm just going to stick that right there. If you heard me talk about the precision tip applicator from Prism Studios, these are what I'm talking about. So here's my glue, the glue one. Love it. I fill it with my my art glitter. I fill this up because I love the size of it. But I also have one with black and with white acrylic paint. So really great if you just want to take and put down some just some little dots. Now I'm actually going to, because there's doesn't seem to be quite enough shimmer on this, even though there's lots. I'm just going to put on some little dots of glue. There we go. And I'm just going to grab some, where is my, here it is. Just going to add in just a few gems. Just because if a little bling is good, a little more is better. Am I right? Am I right, crafters? Can't go wrong with a little bling. There we go. So I don't have a journal this size, so I'm going to take this to the store. It'll be on display at the store for a little while. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll give it to Cassandra and she can put it in hers, or maybe we'll give it away. But look at that. Oh my gosh. I kind of wish I would have made a card now. This would have made a really good card. I love it. But look at how cool that is. Oh, here's a close-up. Isn't that fun? And the shimmer from those solar pastes is amazing. So solar paste on the background, stunning. I stamped with using my stamping foam from Simon Hurley, which I pressed into my embossing folder. And I just stamped around the edges using the Distress Oxide. I'm trying to remember which one I used. Which color? Shaded Violet. Yeah, Shaded Violet. And then I use the Lisa Horton Poppy Cluster embossing folder, colored these in with Wilted Violet mixed with the Beluga Solar Paste. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it. Ugh. Okay, I'll take that one to the store tomorrow. I'll take photos and put it in the inspiration group. Now let's come back to this tag. So this is the tag. If you remember, if you were watching, I had leftover paste and ink left over on my mat, sprayed it with water, dipped a tag in it. So this isn't quite dry. Let me just take my heat tool to it. I used a lot of water. This thing's going to take forever to dry. So I'm just going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to lift off some of that pooled water there. I'm just going to lift that off. That's good. Give it one more quick dry. There we go. Okay, so there is one thing I didn't use, and that is this stencil. So this background, if you look at it closely, because I mixed it with a lot of water, there's no shimmer left in it. Even though it was originally mixed with the solar paste, because I've watered it down so much, there's no shimmer left in it. Well, I don't know, maybe a little bit. Not a lot, maybe a little. Okay, so I'm going to take this stencil and I'm going to put it on here. And so, well, since I got my Wilted Violet out, let me just use it. Let's just do that. And a blending brush. Let me grab one of those, grab some ink. This is a fun stencil. I don't know why I never got this one. You think I get all the stencils, but I don't. Okay, great. So you can see I started inking down there. My ink's very heavy. And then I kind of went up and now it's getting very light up there. I love that. I love how there's darker ink, lighter ink, more kind of like ghost ink. I love that. I'm going to, sorry, my brain is going like in a million miles because now I thought of something I want to do. The embossing folder. Here we go. I am going to take, do I just have a little piece of scrap here? And I do. That's probably good enough. I am going to do it in black and in white. So I'm going to do a bit of a layering. So I am going to wet both of these papers because this is a 3D embossing folder. Is it possible to get the stencil? Let me look at Cassandra's notes because I'm trying to remember what stencil it is. It's a Catkin Crafts stencil. Glenn, it's Catkin Crafts. I don't know exactly what it's called because I don't have the packaging. But Glenn, if you're on the online store, can you look and see what that one is? Or Cassandra, if you're near a computer, this is what it looks like. I don't remember if we have this one still, but it's one that I can order. Catkin Crafts is, if you're unfamiliar with them, they are actually the same people that own, God, my brain is not doing well tonight. They are the same people that do, help me out. Somebody help me out. What is the, oh, okay, we probably need to order it again. Pink Ink Designs. Thank you. Thank you. Did you say the adapter? Oh, okay, the adapter plate. Thank you. That also works. Oh, that goes through like a hot knife through butter. Okay. Perfect. Okay, got that one. Now I'm going to do the black piece of paper. I'm going to wet it again. Good. Put that in my embossing folder. So these plates that I'm using with my platinum is the universal plates from Spellbinders, and I love them. Glenn, can you, I see a lot of people are saying that they want it. Can you maybe just start taking a list of names so we can make sure we get it into our request list? So these are a little bit wet. I'm just going to give them a bit of a dry. I don't know why I put away my die cutting machine because now I need to die cut these out. In my head, I was going to fussy cut them. Why would I fussy cut when I have a die? That makes zero sense. Okay. Again, best ever craft tape to hold that die in place. There we go. One piece of tape, two pieces of tape. Well, I can tell you right now, Cassandra, I think I need this embossing folder when it comes back in. I just ordered more. Oh, sorry, bumped my camera. I just ordered more today. Now, one thing that I don't have that I should mention is that there's also a stencil that goes with this embossing folder. There is a stencil. That one we have in stock, but the embossing folder we are sold out of right now. Okay, and let me die cut this one. There we go. Take that down. What is going on? Things have shifted. There we go. Now things are working well. Perfect. Okay. And we're done die cutting. Now the machine can go away. There we go. Ugh, that embossing folder and die set is just gorgeous. Thank you, Cassandra, for allowing me to use this. It's stunning. Everything that that she's come out with, I absolutely have loved. It's just gorgeous. And by she, I mean Lisa Horton. She is really on a roll now. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of a cluster. I'm just going to grab, give me 1 second. I need an ink. I do need to add a bit of color to these. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take worn lipstick. Looks like a lot of ink sitting on top there. I need to clean off my brush. Okay. I'm not going to try and color these in. I just want to try and catch the embossing. So you can see I'm not trying to color it in. Now I just want to like rub the blending tool over top of it just to catch the details of the embossing folder. Just a little bit, not much. Now, in my head, what I was going to do was, I have to find my tag. Yeah, and I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut off just some of the blooms. There we go. Cut that off and cut this little bit off. And which other one do I want to use? I think this one. I'm just going to use 3. I like odd numbers, so I'm going to stick with 3. Just going to cut off the excess little pieces that I don't need on here. Perfect. I'm going to add a second color to this one just to pick it up a little bit more. And I'm going to go to a detail brush, something a little bit smaller, just to add a little bit more darker detail just to the centers. That's looking good now. I'm liking that. There we go. Oh, this is turning out well. Okay, I'm actually going to find, because you know I love my little paper dolls, and I spot one I want to use right now. Her. Anyone else obsessed with Tim Holtz's paper dolls? I am obsessed. I love them so much. Okay, so let me cut out the same ones in the black, because I do want to make it so it looks like it has a bit of a shadow. So before I move on, let me take a little bit of glue. It's like, am I using the glue or am I using the paint? I was just using the paint, not the glue. Okay. So I'm just going to offset it a bit, just so that you can see the shadow in behind it. And let's do this one. What was the other one I used without the bud? And that's this one here. Yep. But I just need to cut that off. Perfect. There we go. And the last one. And then I'm going to assemble, and then these will be done. 2 projects in one Monday night live. How did I do that? There we go. And a little bit of glue. There we go. Popping these up. Let me see about our little girl here. Where am I going to put her? Let's tuck that one in behind. There we go. And I actually think I'm going to put that one there. She's going to be tucked in behind. And one more. Tucked in behind her and tucked in behind that one. Oh, loving it. All right, let me take these, grab my scissors. I'm going to cut a couple of these in half, just so I've got smaller pieces to work with. And let's just put them on here. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. Oof, there we go. Oh, look at her. That's amazing. Oh, do we have a let's see. I think she is a see the world kind of person. See the world. There we go. Look at our little sweet pea amongst the poppies, going out and seeing the world. Love it. Okay. Well, let me bring these back in. Let me kind of clean up a little bit of my crafter math here, because things have gotten wildly out of control on my craft desk. Let's bring this one back in. Okay. So these are the 2 I made. This is the art journal page that I made. There we go. Loving it. Look at the shimmer. Gorgeous. And then I made this tag. That's fun. And again, look at, you can use the embossing folder. You can use it as it was intended, like this. But, oh, thanks, Heather. Or you can cut it apart. So you can see how I cut the blooms apart here. There you go. So quick. Look at that. So much fun. So thank you so much to Cassandra for giving me this wonderful bag of mystery craft supplies. I had fun. I got to use products that I haven't used before. Solar pastes are gorgeous. Don't forget, the demo deal is 25% off Simon Hurley and Art by Marlene. So take a look at the solar paste. Take a look at his stamping foam. Oh my gosh, how much fun is that? That was so much fun. Oh, Cassandra's. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I forgot. Oh, I'm so terrible. So yeah, here's that mystery bag. Oh, I forgot. Let's just take a look. This is Cassandra's. Oh my. So here's Cassandra. So here's her page, the exact same size as mine. Now let me just take, I'll tell you what she did here. On hers, she did, she used the gold gel pen for the center of hers. Love it. She used the same 2 solar paste that I did, overheated and beluga. She used vintage photo, crushed olive, lumberjack plaid, broken china, dusty concord, and chipped sapphire distress oxides. Look at that. I love the background that you did. It's very, very cool. It's like very textury. So she put the solar paste through the stencil. I am loving that. Beautiful, Cassandra. And look at these, almost look metallic. So I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that she used lumberjack plaid mixed with, I'm going to again assume, the overheated solar paste. And those poppies almost look like real metal. That is, I mean, that's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my word. But we use the solar paste in very different ways. Look at, I watercolored mine on. I mean, that's gorgeous. Oh yes, lumberjack plaid painted over after the solar paste. Well, aren't you a smarty pants? So solar paste first, and then she painted it over with the lumberjack plaid. So that's what gives you a much more rich color, where I mixed mine. So mine is a mixture of both, where she put hers over top. And again, oh my word, like hers looks like pressed metal is what it looks like. And they've got this fabulous texture. But look at what you can do. 2 people with the exact same products, and look what you come up with. Something completely different. Absolutely different. Well, thank you so much, everyone. I'm just going to pop back up to my front camera. There I am. How are you all doing? Did you enjoy tonight's mystery surprise? Love it. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Cassandra, for a wonderful bag of beautiful products. Oh, what size of art journal are you using? I was going to call today. I forgot. So this size is, yeah, I'm not using mine. This size, what I used here is the handy size. So it's the small one. I use this size, which is the perfect size. And the large one, I believe, is the artist size. And that's the one that Nancy uses. Nancy uses the big one. I use the medium size. And here we go. This is Cassandra. This is the handy size. So it's the smaller size. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, perfect. And these are also the Art by Marlene journals, plus their refills are also included in the sale. And I absolutely love mine. Yeah. So this is the small size. It's called the handy size. I'm trying to get that on camera so it's not quick. So there we go. Beautiful. There we go. And the artist size is the big one. The perfect size is the size that I have. Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, everyone. As per usual, you can watch this back on our YouTube channel. And you can watch all our previous episodes of Monday Night Live on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. There will not be a Monday Night Live next week because I will be out of town. It's the long weekend, but I already have planned the next 2 Monday Night Live surprises. So I'm very excited. Very, very excited. I think those are I shouldn't say. So not next Monday, but the next 2 Mondays. We've already got planned, and we've got some great things planned for those. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had a great evening. I hope you learned something. Get out your stuff, play, create, and enjoy. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye.